my loves, and welcome to another episode of the Shia Vibe podcast. I am beyond excited. I'm always excited. I say it every time, I know, but I'm really thrilled today because we get to have another podcast guest on the show, and it's a girl I met here in Bali, and it's Britt, for those who see it. And so when I realized she actually has her very own podcast, I was like, I need to bring her on. Also, I was really fascinated about the topic that she kind of teaches on social media, and it's really cool. It's really important. She can tell you herself. And so, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I love having you here. We're actually in Britt's place. It's super hot right now.
It sounds really cool to say my place,
Oh my gosh,
but
yeah.
I'm only running it, of course.
Yeah. It's an amazing place, you guys. Like, this is like one of the prettiest places I have seen so far in Bali, honestly, and I've seen some now. Well, I really like it here. It's also really comfy. I mean, can we talk about, she literally has a pool in the freaking middle of the villa. Like, what the fuck, right?
It's so cool because, okay, maybe this is TMI, but
No.
there are no rooms that have a lookout on the pool.
Oh.
So if I would not have a roommate, you can literally walk around butt naked.
That's
and skinny dipping.
so good. That's
Right.
like not too much information. It's like freaking amazing because honestly, who wouldn't want that, right?
Exactly.
So this would be definitely something to think about. No, that's amazing. And also, I love it that you have a kitchen because that's something that I really miss here in Bali, preparing my own food.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew that here you mainly order your food, but still, I feel like if you're really used to that, you start missing it.
Right, yeah, I think that was one of the things right at the beginning that we were like, okay, we need a kitchen.
Yeah.
And we already experienced that back in Thailand because
Yeah.
we were there for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then we knew, okay, if we have to get food, takeout or whatever every day, we're gonna get so frustrated. So
Yeah.
one of the first things that we looked for is okay, can we have a kitchen so at least I can make my eggs? I
Yeah.
can make my overnight oats and I can make a smoothie, and then I'm
That's
happy.
worth it.
Yeah, that's my three main things. If I can make them, I'm happy.
And also you have a decent place to store your supplements because that for
Right.
me, I some of them I do have store actually in my room and some of them in the kitchen, but I don't know. It's I really miss that to one place, a proper place to store your supplements. And so that's really important.
And this also feels so much more like home.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Yeah.
not home, of course, but
Yeah.
if you have your supplements in the right place and then you have your fridge where you just
Yeah.
know that you have some food ready, then that's already makes a ton of difference.
And it's actually, I was thinking, so I think the first time when I really went food shopping here was before Nyepi.
Oh yeah.
And because I had to, obviously.
Mhm.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. I could actually do this more often. And I think I'm gonna start this because still.
Yes.
I mean, we even have it's super cool. We do have an air fryer at our homestay.
I was like, how?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's also really cool. It's pink. I was like, I mean, that would got me
Shia
hooked
vibe.
first. Shia vibe. I was like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to. This is my sign. It's it's pink. It's my sign. I need to cook. So, but I have never used an air fryer before. So I'm a little bit hesitant.
I literally do
You have
every.
one?
Oh my god. yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I had it
I have the problem.
at the beginning.
Work on yourself, girl. Get yourself an air fryer.
Fix yourself.
What are you even doing in 2024? And you have never used an air fryer.
Well, in 2024, I never have used an air fryer yet
Oh.
because
Because
I'm
you're
here.
a traveler.
Yeah.
So what's
But
your
it's-
favorite air fryer recipe?
Oh my girl, I put everything, literally everything in the air fryer. I don't even I don't know. If I'm gonna make a cake, I put it in the air fryer.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing, I'm not. Some people do eggs as well, and that's something. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But
Meat?
yeah, sometimes chicken.
Oh yeah, you can do it really fried chicken.
Yeah, crispy. Yeah, what
And
you
you
would
do it
normally
with
do.
oil or?
Yeah, what you would normally do in the oven, basically, the exact same
Yeah.
steps. You can do it in the air fryer.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
You should try it.
I should.
Let me know if it works for you.
Yeah, maybe also some sweet potatoes and stuff.
Yes, potatoes, everything potatoes in the air fryer.
Really, I love potatoes.
Mhm.
like rice and potatoes. I never get bored of rice and potatoes.
I
It's
hated
such a
rice
thing.
before. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was the potato girl. Only potatoes.
She never was a bodybuilder.
That's so true.
I swear it's the thing. It's like if you're a bodybuilder, it's like you live off rice. But I feel like also it's because it's so boring. You cannot get bored by it almost.
But I
Why
had
did you hide it though? Like the taste?
Yeah,
You
but I
like
was
it?
like a very picky eater back then. I literally it was only potatoes, like 3 or 4 veggies, and then
Really?
yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, that was really.
And now it's different.
Oh, now I eat almost everything.
Now you changed.
Yeah.
What caused the change?
Me moving out.
Oh yeah,
Basically.
that's huge. That's huge.
That was like the biggest difference. And then
Yeah.
I had a roommate, and I don't remember exactly what the recipe was, but I remember it was something with curry, and I never had that before.
Mhm.
And then he was just like, "No, I'm gonna make it for you. You're gonna like it," because I told him
like that you were super picky.
exactly. And then it was like rice, indeed, with like chicken and all these veggies and like the curry, whatever. And it was so good. And I was like, "Oh my god, there's
Like-
more food than I like on the planet than
There's
potatoes
a new
and veggies."
world. What
Yeah.
is happening?
But also like all the I would say fitness basics. So
Mm.
rice, didn't eat. Quark, didn't like it.
Mm.
Eggs, I didn't like eggs.
Honestly, but I get this one.
Yeah,
Like
but still.
until this day, I'm like, I mean, I eat it almost every day here,
Yeah. Oh, but I love it now.
but I think that's the first thing that could go for me.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh,
not
no,
egg
not
whites,
anymore.
but like the eggs, like I don't know, like it's the egg yolk actually.
Yeah, same though.
I've never eaten that. I was
I also don't like it.
Yeah.
People say that that's what causes the flavor. I'm like, no,
no,
I don't like it.
no,
Give
yeah,
me
like
egg whites.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Okay,
But
cool.
and I love the places here where you can actually like. I mean, you can literally get it everywhere. Just
Yeah.
like in some places, they're already used to it, and like, yeah, egg white omelet. Some like they were like, just egg whites. I'm like, yeah, just
Yeah.
egg white. Like, are you sure? Like, I'm sure. So yeah, but I really love that. But wait, so first, like, maybe we should tell them like how the freak how we met because it was, of course, at the gym. And so I could tell, like, I think, because I just walked up to you and would say, I didn't even know, what did I say?
So I remember because I already, of course, I noticed you. Like, like half an hour into your workout, I was like, oh my god, this girl. I'm like, oh, I should train harder. Like, look at the glutes. Because I remember you were just like training glutes. You were doing like the glute kickbacks.
Probably, chances are.
And I was just like, I need to do them too, but I don't know if I still can after I saw you. Then I was like, oh no, she has
So
like.
flattered.
Because you had like, I think you had your headphones or like something in, so I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted to approach you, but then I was like,
yeah.
oh, I can see she's in like her zone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I was not doing that because I know that can be like very frustrating. But also I was like, she might like it. So I was like, okay, by the end of my workout, I've got to walk. It was like this whole debate with myself, right? Like, I should walk up to her, but not now.
It's not the time. Oh, that was so good.
But then it was so good that it was actually you who walked up to me, and I was just like, oh, because I was on the split machine. What was I doing?
Yeah, you were doing split
morning or
squats. No,
step ups or- oh.
split squats, I think.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's actually
Yeah.
you. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Oh,
doing-
oh shit! I should.
or like slightly impressed, like, oh yeah, it's split squats.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Good for me. No, I remember because I was at the gym and like usually like I look at a lot of like I always look at the girls, never at the guys. I don't know, like I'm just like that kind of girl. So and then like usually like you from time to time you like know there's a certain type of girl training there, right? And then I saw you and it was like I don't know, it was just like I recognized like that's a gym girl, like a real gym girl, not just like a gym girl, but like it was the fit. I think it felt like first it was the fit, and I was like, yes, like we were like literally dressed the same, right? I remember like we were dressed the same, so I was like,
we had the same hair.
yes, that was so good. We should have taken a photo,
I
like
know.
a picture like that. Damn.
But I had to leave because I had an appointment.
Yeah.
But I remember, so we had the best talk for like I think 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes, and I was
Yeah.
like,
And eventually you were like, oh my gosh, I need to go. Otherwise my boyfriend kills me. I was like, girl, run. That was so good.
Because I told him literally like before you came up to me, I was like, oh yeah, last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm getting home and he had to be like somewhere in 10 minutes. So I literally had 10 minutes to get home.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, fuck
Shit.
I have to go. So then we exchanged like Instagram.
Yeah.
And
then we like
met up later.
yeah.
I think we just stayed in touch
Stayed in
and it was
touch.
just like,
Yeah.
oh, we should meet up again and like have a proper chat.
Definitely. Let's take some time for that. Now that was actually really cool. Also, like before I actually walked up to you, I talked to a friend of mine. I was like, look at that girl over there. Like she's the only one actually like training decently in here. Because I remember I saw you doing Romanian deadlifts, and they were so nice. I was like, oh, decent technique. Finally someone. And so I was like, I have to talk to her now. And so that's what I did. So that's actually that was amazing.
I was doing that with dumbbells, right? I think I was
Yeah.
even doing like, I was drop setting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's bad.
hated my life the day after. But it
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah. But like good glutes workouts are really, and I think back then like you told me that you were you're an ESN athlete in the Netherlands. So I was like, I was so jealous, you guys. I was so jealous. I was like, I want that too. Because I was like, ESN product, it's literally the brand that I'm also recommending everyone who's like, because it's like, it's affordable and it's amazing.
I hope
and
you're recommending
is
them
great.
with my code.
Of course. We didn't 10 or I don't know. What's the code?
Brittany, it's easy.
Sorry, it's just Brittany.
Well, this makes it sure that you're not recommending my code, but okay.
We will write that down for you guys so you can use it. Probably just in the Netherlands though, or
No, everywhere.
That's amazing. So you're probably the only Brittany
I hope so.
athlete.
Yeah.
From
Currently, I am.
currently. It would probably be the same for me. I mean, there's
think so.
chances are there's another Angelina. I mean, there are like some names like Lena or whatever, like Germany at least, they're like super common.
But I think if they're going to America, then probably there are going to be tons of Brittany's. But then I'm the only one in the first. So.
Yeah, the other one I'm like Brittany 1, Brittany 2, Brittany
Exactly.
3.
Or like Brittany with double
Brittany.
N or something. I'm like, no.
Very fancy,
all
like
fake
TY.
Yeah, right. That's what you did like back then when you couldn't find like username. It's just like adding more letters.
Maybe I should message them. Be like, that's my argument. Be like, hey, that would be a unique code. So maybe I should ask them. Like, is there ESN Switzerland? No. It's of course like it's a DACH region.
Yeah.
So like Germany, Switzerland. Damn. Yeah, I need to.
But
grow
you
my
still
Instagram.
try. Like,
Yeah,
why not?
I'll try. Then we'd be like, oh my gosh, maybe we can do a partner code. Angelina and Britt. Oh my god.
It would be
so
or we can like merge together and then we'll be
And
something
we're
like Brian or something like Brittany.
Brianna.
Brianna.
Oh my god, Brangelina. Oh my god, that would be so good. Oh my gosh. How did we get there? Okay. And I remember you told me then like I think you do come from fitness, but right now you kind of change your approach and you're teaching more on self-love. Can you say something about this? Because actually you guys, I don't know, because like we talked about this very briefly, so I'm very interested in about like what are you doing?
Yeah, so I think what you said correctly is that I really came from like a very, I think a very harsh fitness environment. So I was like completely in this side of like, oh, I don't love my body, I don't like what I see in the mirror, I have to change. Also I have some bad relationships, got like bullied a lot, whatever. All the, I would say the whole package for not having high self-esteem. So I started going to the gym initially to change my body because I was like, okay, if I change my body, then I'm gonna feel happy. And it worked. In the case that I completely changed my body, I lost the weight that I was like aiming for. I did not build the muscle, that came later on though, but I was at the weight where I thought that I was gonna be so happy because that's what I always had in mind. And then I was there, I did it, and then I wasn't happy. I was even more unhappy than I was before I started all of this because I got a complete obsession with food. for dinner or whatever. I always skipped every night out with friends because it was just like alcohol's not good, and then I'm gonna eat like shit the day after, for example. So I did nothing. I sat at home, went to the gym, didn't eat for the full day. Maybe ate like, I would say like 1,100 calories on a good day, and then I even tried to burn all of the calories that I ate. So it was absolutely horrible. But what I saw after that, because of course at some point I realized, okay, this might not be it, right? This is not what I should be aiming for. So, but then I didn't know how to fix it, because the only thing in my mind was I still need to lose more, or okay, so I still need to change my body. So now I was not focused anymore on losing the weight, but then I was focused on, okay, so I need to build more muscle, because then I'm gonna be happy. And then I did that, and then I was still not happy. And then I was like, okay, so I should lose more fat again, because probably then I'm gonna be happy, because then I have lean muscle and low fat percentage, so I'm gonna be happy. And I did that, and it didn't work. So I started going in this full complete circle of trying to change my body in order to actually try and fix my internal state and my self-worth. And that didn't work. So now I'm in a place, and of course that took me like a very long time to figure it all out with like methods, and I failed loads of times, but I think we can all like kind of imagine how that went. And now I'm at a place where I actually know what I'm doing, and I'm training because I owe it to myself to have a healthy body, and I want to be healthy, and also for like my future and for my kids, and just to enjoy the things I'm doing every day now. I want to go on that hike with my friends because I have a body that's fit enough to actually do it, and I don't want to go to the gym anymore to completely change my body to fix my self-worth. No, my self-worth is fine as it is now. I'm worthy, like as I am, and I don't have to change that. No, it's fine, but I can still try to go to the gym, and I can still improve myself, my physique, my whatever, and my mental state as well. But I am good for who I am now, and that's something that I finally came to a realization. And I think it would have helped me so much to see like real gym buddies and to get some tips on how to kind of detach your appearance from your self-worth, because I feel like that's something that's very merged together in the current like fitness society.
Extremely. It's also why I think it's actually for the same reason that I at some point started incorporating like mindset as a fixed part into my coaching, because I realized like you can literally, so from the perspective of a coach, like a fitness coach, like you can help people changing their appearance, but like it's not what's gonna last, right? I mean, in the next whatever, like vacation is just around the corner, or the next whatever it is. And of course, like it's about creating a lifestyle that lasts. But eventually, a physique can change. I don't know, like you get pregnant, whatever. And then if your self-worth is really connected to your appearance or your happiness, or you bring everything down to how you look, it's not gonna last. And you will not create internal happiness. And happiness is always internally. So I totally get that, and I think it's so freaking important especially for women these days, because honestly, like I think one of the things that broke my heart the most around this topic was just a few months ago, and I talked to one of my best friends actually, and she was like, I think I will not like meet a man that likes me because of my appearance. And I was like, what? And she was like, what do I have to offer, like body-wise, right? And it broke my heart. I was like, you really think like you will not meet anyone because she like put so much emphasis on her appearance, because like she has gained some weight and stuff, and she's not really happy also. And I was like, oh my gosh, like even if you would like change your appearance, like it's not what someone like falls in love with. It's not what makes you you, and you're an amazing human being just because of the way that you are. But it's about like it was crazy. So she kind of put them on this like, I don't know, like just above herself, and be like, be like, yeah, the men that I like, they would never have a look at me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
therefore she puts so much pressure on herself
Yeah.
as well, because in her opinion, her appearance is so important then to also finding like a partner for life. But then, yeah, of course, like I do my own type of coaching, which is also directed to fitness, but then I'm more on like, okay, so let's fix the mindset first before we start working on the goals.
Yeah.
And the same holds for when you're insecure about something for your body, for example. It's totally fine to not like everything about your body. I still don't like everything about my body.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. The difference there is I'm not liking it and like it completely demolishes my self-worth, or I'm not liking it, I'm accepting that I don't like it, and I move on. And that's like.
And also I feel like, especially for women, this is something that I, for example, try to, like, that's one of the first things that I try to teach my clients is like, as women, we go through 4 different phases a month.
Yeah.
So we are literally like 4 different persons sometimes. Like, of course that varies from person to person, but like, I mean, some month I feel amazing. Even like when I have my period, like I feel like great, and other days I feel just crap, right? And I feel it's also like the acceptance part, that's so big. Like, just if you can like look in a mirror and be like, and then just like take it as one day. It's not your entire being or like your body, that's the way your body is right now. It's just how you feel about it. And like, even like, I think we've all experienced these days, maybe I think that's actually amazing about the gym, is like, you can still make yourself go despite feeling shit.
Yeah.
And then like, I think it's the same with training, right? You feel like, like today is a weekday, I don't really feel it, and then like sometimes you have like the best ratings,
right?
And I feel that's so rewarding. Like, it can improve your relationship with your body, because then you're proud of your, like, how you did it and that you went and you actually worked for it in terms of whatever.
And that's also something that I in coaching always tell my clients as well. It's like, okay, so what about the functionality of your body? So let's step away from the appearance, and that's, I think, the most important one is for us, the gym, because it's like a big part of our lives. But I'm like, okay, so the functionality, if I give you a hug right now, if you won't have the body that you have now, you wouldn't feel the warmth of my hug. And like all of that type of stuff, or like go outside, enjoy the sun. You wouldn't be able to enjoy the sun if you didn't have your body. And I'm like, our body does so much for us, and specifically in the gym. I'm like, hell yeah, we can lift all of like the heavy weights. We're doing that. Our body is doing that for us. And then what do? We look in the mirror like, oh, I hate you.
And be like, we beat ourselves up. It's actually insane.
And also, when you said with the menstrual cycle and everything of the 4 stages, I'm like, so everything in life fluctuates. Literally everything. The weather, our mood, our menstrual cycle, like everything, hormones, whatever. And we don't let our body fluctuate. Because we think our body needs to stay the same forever. And I'm like, that's so crazy. And I understand it, because it's not that easy, of course. But it's like, it's kind of like the mindset thing, right? Everything fluctuates, even day and night. Literally, that's like, that's the whole fluctuation by itself. And then also, if you look into the mirror some days, you feel amazing. You're like, hell yeah, girl. Like,
you slay.
3 days later, I'm like, oh God, is
Are you
this
pregnant?
what I'm looking at? Exactly. You know, like,
seriously,
we're joking about it, but it is.
No, but it is.
And then I'm like, then you know, and of course that takes time, but then you know, if that happens over and over again, oh wait, it's not my body that's the problem, because my body doesn't change so much in 3 days. Like, that doesn't happen. So it might not be my body that's the problem. It's here. It's up here. That's well, I wouldn't say that's where the problem lies, but that's where we can like have an influence. And you can still change your body, like if you want to do that. But in my opinion, if you fix your internal state, if you fix your mindset, then probably you don't put as much emphasis on your body anymore. So you don't care if it changes 5 kilos more or lighter or whatever.
And if I feel like it's something that is also, you have to practice it. I mean, acceptance needs to be practiced, and also, but I feel like everyone should be like worth it to themselves to want to have them for, I mean, that's incredible. That is so powerful. If you like really, I mean, let's just take the dating. If you like, I mean, if, let's say it doesn't work out and then you're like, oh, it must have been, I don't know, like, he didn't like my look anymore, or like bought my body or whatever. I mean, that's insane, right? And so like that, you can be like, okay, I completely detached that from my whole being and be like, yeah, whatever, it was something different or whatever. But it's like, I feel like it's so important to like reduce the part that the appearance plays. And I mean, I was a bodybuilder, so I know about that shit, and it's like huge. But like, it was the same for me when I had my injury 1.5 years ago. So I could literally, I mean, I could uphold it for quite a long time. So I forced myself to eat and whatever. So I wanted to keep my metabolism high. So it was for that, right?
Yeah.
I was not doing it for like, I want to be like as lean as possible. Like it was like, okay, my metabolism, that's the body, right? But then like I could see my body. I think it was like, it started after 3 months, and I could see like from week to week, my body was falling apart. I saw it in the mirror. So like my whole, like it was a body like recomposition the way we don't want it.
Yeah.
So the muscles went, the fat started, so I started like getting cellulite, which I didn't before because like I was doing it for so long and I was so lean, right? So it needs to get rewarded at some point. But like that was hard. It was hard. And but at no point I was like, oh my gosh, like my body's disgusting or whatever. It's just like it's a logic like consequence of the circumstances, and I always know like we all do have the power. And I think that's the part, like you are never a victim of the circumstances. Like still like you can do something and start with fitness or sports or whatever. As long as it also like makes you happy.
But also it's so empowering.
Yeah.
Like that's so like for me as well, the reason why I started doing fitness was not the best, right? I wanted to change my body, and
everyone starts out like
exactly,
that.
But that's specifically, that's my point, right?
Yeah.
Like I think we all start from kind of the same place.
Yeah.
Some guys that I spoke to, because I'm also coaching some of the guys, which I'm really like grateful for.
Yeah.
But some of the guys that I spoke to, they were like, oh yeah, I was not doing it to lose weight, but I was actually to gain muscle.
Yep.
But like the essence is basically the same, right? We want to change our bodies in order to feel happier.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to the gym in like this cute little outfit with my
Yeah.
cute little like drinking bottle and whatever, I don't care, and with my tripod and because we're filming. And I'm just like, oh my god, I feel so empowered. And it's like the best part of my day.
Same.
I feel so good when I come back.
Yeah.
Also on the days when I feel like shit.
Yeah.
And
because then you're even more proud you actually went or you go.
Right. And some days I feel like shit, I also decide to take a rest day,
Yeah.
which is fine. But then it's my body that like really needs rest because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And that's something completely different than me being lazy.
Yeah.
Because that's also something that I think that's what I preach very, very highly, like in my coaching. There's a difference in thinking you're lazy or taking the rest that your body needs.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And that's something I think people they struggle with, which makes sense, because if you have never learned to actually listen to your body, you don't know what it says. And the same holds for self-acceptance and I don't know, all that comes with it.
Yeah.
Some people are very afraid when they start accepting themselves for who they are, that they become lazy and unmotivated.
Yeah.
But the opposite is true, because the moment you start realizing that you want the best for yourself because you deserve it, because you're worthy of all of that, trust
it's a game changer.
It is. And in that moment you start to realize, I want to eat healthy.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that my body is in the best shape possible. And that doesn't mean the leanest, that doesn't mean like the most muscle. No, it's like the fittest shape of you, which enables you to do whatever you enjoy to do in life.
Yeah.
And once that clicks,
Yeah.
we don't start binging all of like the bad food. I'm not saying bad foods, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, it's the opposite. You want the best for yourself, so that's what you start craving more, is going to the gym, is eating healthy, because you want that.
That what like feels good to you. And but I feel like it has also what is big these days, like is perfectionism. All right, and it's like this black and white approach, and it's like either I'm like doing it 100% right, like I'm dieting.
Yeah.
I cannot see my friends anymore. Like the thing that you did and what I did for years as well. Of course,
Yeah.
like, well, on a competition prep, that's something different as well. It's a
Yeah.
very conscious decision, but still, like it's black and white, and this is not sustainable. And you're not like I see so many, especially girls, like boys are actually easier with that, I feel like, but like so many girls beating themselves up for like, like it's literally like the thing like I didn't like eat right and like I fucked it up, and I was like wait, no, like even if it's like, let's say you did not eat according to whatever you're following, like your macros or whatever, even if it's like it's, I don't know, like even if it was one meal a day, it would just be like a certain percentage, right? And so I feel like this is just not sustainable, and it makes no sense, and you do more harm to yourself if you want and try to be perfect, because like that's the best thing, right? So many people think athletes are like so perfect or whatever, and like they always perform. You guys, you have no idea. You have no idea. Just because it's not on Instagram, it's not that it doesn't happen.
But that's also what I like.
Instagram is huge these days.
Yeah, but that's also what I find very disturbing, because if you open social media right now, and which is fine, right? Like everyone gets to post whatever they want to post.
Yeah.
But we know that most of us only post like the good
Yeah.
side of things,
Yeah.
which is fine. But I also show you like my worst, and it's
Yeah.
fine. Like I show you the days that I'm not motivated.
Yeah.
I show you what I look like when I just came out of the shower. Like I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't do my makeup every day. No one does.
Yeah.
I
No.
don't look good all day long. No one does.
Jesus. So exhausting.
Exactly. But then on the other side, what I also see, and I think plays a big role in like the self-love and the fitness mindset, is if you open social media, especially in the Netherlands, I don't know how that is for you, but if we open social media, the full page, if you're into like the fitness algorithm, everything is about fat loss.
Oh.
Literally every video,
Interesting.
and
Yeah.
more of like the bigger accounts are all about how to lose weight.
Yeah.
Which also kind of sets your mindset already. It biases you to think that you should lose weight because
Yeah.
wait, I'm seeing it everywhere. Everyone
Yeah.
is doing it. Probably I should do it too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
It's not for everyone. Same
No.
as tracking calories. Like if you're
Yeah.
in a full bodybuilding phase, then yeah, of course, 100%
You have to.
should, because
Yeah.
it's like professional, and
Yeah.
otherwise you don't know.
Yeah.
But for me, I've been not tracking calories for I think 2.5 years now, and it's the best decision for me
Yeah.
that I made, because I'm not doing anything for professional like
Yeah.
bodybuilding, or I'm not doing competitions whatsoever.
It's normal. Like normal people, I'm sorry, should not be tracking their. I think it's really good to start with, right? In terms
so
of
you know.
yeah, so you know, because like otherwise, like we have no idea. Seriously, we probably don't even know like how much is 50 gram of oats compared to like 150, right? We have no idea. But then it's not sustainable.
And what are you gonna do the rest of your life? Like
Yeah.
weigh off everything
my
that
God.
you eat? No.
No,
you're not.
and I mean that's something that not even us were doing, right?
No.
Like ex-competitors or stuff, especially like we're like, no, we want to get off this, and I feel like this is
But it can become an obsession for
Yeah.
like some people, and especially if you're in this mindset of, oh, my body is not good enough as it is, I should lose weight. So then that at least happened for me. I was becoming obsessive over calories. So I was not eating the things that I actually wanted to eat, because I was like, oh no, too much calories.
yeah,
But then of course what happens is that you like eat, I would say like carrots and apple,
Yeah.
and then cheese, and then afterwards I'm still craving the chocolate bar,
Yeah.
and then I'm eating the chocolate bar. Like,
yeah, and it's like on top of all of it, right?
exactly, and
Because
then you're feeling
yeah,
so frustrated
Yeah.
and so much guilt,
Yeah.
which shouldn't be the case. But then
Yeah.
that's because you were not allowing yourself in the first instance to have some chocolate.
yeah,
If you would have done that, which of course is easier said than done. I know, been there, done that. But that's the mindset where you should go. That you're, at least in my opinion, that you're not cutting out any food.
Yeah.
You're making conscious decisions.
Yeah.
Like I'm not eating chocolate bars for breakfast because that's even though if I'm craving it, no, I'm not doing it because I know it's not good for me, right? So I'm still making conscious decisions on what I'm putting into my body.
yeah,
But then if I'm craving chocolate, I try to incorporate chocolate in my breakfast, for example. Then I'm making chocolate protein oats.
yeah,
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
It's so
it's
easy.
not the all or nothing mindset
No.
that we were talking about, because that's so healing for
And
everything in life.
I feel like it's also so that's I'm a big part of like the 80-20 approach, and also like some really like, well, I've been on meal plan for so long, so it's really new to me still, like the intuitive eating stuff. So I'm still like, try to track, like at least in my mind, the protein part, because that's very important for me. And I think everyone should have like at least keep an eye on the protein, because like if you don't, you naturally don't get enough. It's just what happens in today's world with today's nutrition, right? It gets underestimated. But still, like that was something like even before, like in my meal plan, I did have like 20 grams of like chocolate, which is amazing. And but still, like I feel like since I had it every day, I did still not learn the normal, like how to handle my, if I really feel like having something else, something sweet, right? And then like actually going to Bali and like really investing into trying the approach of like intuitive eating, which was super scary for me in the beginning, because it's like, ooh, also I wanted to lose weight, so I kind of brought it together. But like I was really dedicated, and I feel like I don't have a distorted relationship with food, so I don't have this like good and bad. Well, like what do I like and what do I don't like? So for me, it's like pizza is something that I would probably never choose as a cheat meal. But like if I would like go out, like that would probably be like the fifth thing that would come to my mind, because like I love other stuff first, right? But then like if I would crave it, okay, then go for a pizza. But like I feel like now then what I learned was actually having the power to decide like, okay, so like I'm really like I like craving a cookie or whatever right now, and then I like had the power to ask myself, so like, do I really want it right now or not? And then I was like, yeah, I really want it. Then I was like, okay, but like did you have like yesterday some sweet stuff already? And like, yeah, so okay, I think we can go today without. And I was like, yeah, but it was a conscious decision to not like have it like every day. Also, what I feel like is really important, like if you don't have it like every day, then you appreciate it more often, and that is something that is also lacking. Like a lot of people don't appreciate it anymore. Either they're like super afraid, they're like, no, I can't have that like piece of cake or cookie, whatever, and then don't go to Bali, because here the food is amazing. And and then like, or they cannot like really control, right? It's always this fear of losing control, and that is so harmful. That's so harmful, and you can learn it. But you need to be self-loving a lot. I feel like that's a huge part. Like even like wanting to learn that's self-love. Right? If you want that freedom for you, that food freedom, to actually consciously decide like, I have this freaking cooking right now, and I enjoy the hell out of it, and maybe I do have a second one. Yeah, I love that. And then like on some days when I'm like, nah, I don't really need it right now, I'm totally fine without it, then you can say no, right? And
but
to
I think
learn that.
Yeah, exactly. But
key.
that's you have to learn it.
Yeah.
And that's a very difficult part for some people as well, because they're scared that they cannot listen to like what their body is telling them.
Yeah.
And they feel like they have no control over it. And I think that's where the biggest win lies, right? In listening to your body and trying also to, I would say, put trust in your own body, because I think that's something that we've lost over the years, and especially in like this whole fitness community thing, where you don't trust your own body if you're trying to lose weight, because you're thinking that your body's gonna crave chocolate or fries or hamburgers or whatever every day.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
No.
Especially if you start working on self-love, and then in the meantime start listening to your body, you will notice that that's not gonna happen. But it's a difficult one for a lot of people, and I also tell them most often to not start right away with trying to force your body into giving you all of these signals, because it's not going to work, because you never experienced that before. Yeah. That's the same for you. As you said, like in the beginning, I was very scared of the intuitive eating because you've not done it. So it's not something you should do from like one day onto another. It's like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna be intuitive eater. No, that's not gonna work, because then indeed your body's gonna say like, oh, what are we doing? Stress mode. But then for example, something that I would give is maybe the advice to start eating mindful.
Yeah.
For just one meal a day, start eating mindful and start like noticing what it does to your body. For
So
example.
good. So good.
Or try to not limit yourself anything. So you don't have to eat chocolate all day, but don't limit it. Like don't exclude chocolate from whatever you're doing. And this is a very rigorous one, but what if you give yourself permission to eat whatever you like for a whole week. See what that does to your body.
See what it, yeah.
Or after a meal, and this one might be a bit easier for someone because if you feel like you're not in touch with your body, it can be very difficult to be, as what we can do is upfront ask ourselves, hey, do we actually want the cookie, yes or no? That's something that most people cannot do. So what I would advise them is that, okay, so if you had the cookie, or maybe like 3 or 5, whatever happened there, sit down, write down what happened, what was the trigger, what happened, were you mindful of what you were doing, how is your body feeling now?
Yeah.
Because your body is giving you signals, your body is telling you how it feels, and it's so important to learn the difference between, okay, am I craving something? Am I hungry? Am I full? Am I satisfied?
Yes.
Or am I overly satisfied and actually not so nice?
Yeah,
feeling?
because
Which
it can also
happens.
be a habit to have something sweet always.
Yeah.
It's like smoking, seriously.
Yeah.
And that's what I told you, we're not going to do this here in depth because otherwise it will take up for so long. But like something that I was like a real game changer for me was like learning about blood sugar and blood sugar management. Like it's huge because it's also like, this is the part when actually it's not even your body, I would say, because it's your brain, and that's for me, I kind of like to separate that. But like your brain can actually like really default into having cravings, and it has to do with your blood sugar levels or also your hunger hormones. I mean, if they're out of place, like ghrelin and leptin, you're literally, that's really hard then to really try to control it. I've been there, like, and it was so freaking hard. And I feel like this is also the point where like it makes sense to, if you feel like struggling with these parts and you feel like you're so powerless or whatever, like either have a look at these topics or like work with a coach. That's what I did in the beginning as well. I was like, that was actually, I did it for other reasons. I was today I was going to the gym. I remember I was going to the gym 4 times a week for 1 year, and after 1 year I feel like my physique has not changed, and I was so frustrated, and I was like, I'm gonna like work with a coach right now. And that was the first and best decision. And now I even have like people, they actually do the reverse part, so they like are in that stuff like for so long, and they want to like learn how to let go, like how to eat, as I said, like intuitively or whatever. And then like you kind of need to reverse from that part because like maybe their hormones are out of place, or they never heard about blood sugar, right? Which is something that like most people don't. It's something that I try to educate a lot on Instagram. So I feel like it's just like, it's so big, this whole part, but like eventually the goal is always to be able to listen to your body and to differentiate and be like, that's really good with the writing down, like what's the reason for me to want this? Is it out of habit? Is it, exactly what you said, I don't need to repeat it, but I love this. It's really like the consciousness, and that is something that I teach a lot as well. It's like, become conscious with what you're doing, with what your body tells you, with your thoughts, and don't like run, like, I don't know, go through the entire day and be just like, because that's exactly also when like unhealthy habits get created. That's the way, right? It's like, then like even with nutrition, it's like you have like a coffee for breakfast, and then like maybe you have a salad for lunch or whatever, and then like in the evening you're craving big ass stuff, and then of course like that's how it happens.
That's the build-up from the day. Like,
yeah. And then like of course you feel crap because you're like you don't nurture your body, which is one of the absolute like basics for self-love in my opinion. Like nurture your body, give it what it needs, and like look after your body, like treat it as your bestie and not as, I don't know, something evil, right? And most people don't. And so I feel like that's really, that's a really important part. So what kind of people do you work with in your coaching? Like, what do they come to you with? Are they like, I'm lacking self-love? That would be very specifically, probably not,
if
right?
If you're at that stage, I'm like, you're
so conscious then.
Right.
I'm lacking self-love.
Yeah.
I love
but
that.
no, I think that, so girls, sometimes the guys, but mostly girls come to me and they're like, I've been trying diet over diet over. Basically, I'm coaching me from like 5 years ago.
Oh, that's so good. It's younger me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm coaching younger me. So the thing is that there's this, I would say these girls that notice that whatever they start doing in the gym, they can't keep up with their goals. Like they never manage to actually reach them. They always feel shit when they look in the mirror. They feel not good in their skin. So they know these, like the pain points they know, but they don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And then me, like as the bubbly girl that I am, like, oh, it's self-love. And they're like, self-love?
Self what?
No, I need discipline. I need more motivation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, discipline is not your
Not
problem.
your issue. Yeah.
It's not discipline. It's like the roots of your goals is probably self-hatred. And that sounds really rough, but it's true.
Yeah.
If you don't like yourself and you try to fix it with external stuff, such as trying to lose weight or reaching certain goals, also monetary wise or like whatever, if you start to try to aim for like external goals to fix your happiness, what we talked about before, it's not gonna work. So that's the first thing. Mostly I spent like a month or two completely diving into like this part of it, right? Like, okay, so what's going on? Why did you not reach your goals? What's happening there? What's like underlying? What's there? So when it gets to that, and then once we're there, we notice like, okay, so now we can build to fitness goals that actually match what we think is important in our lives. So okay, some have this idea that they should lose fat, right? Or that they should lose weight.
Yeah.
At the beginning, they're like, that's what I need to fix my body, so Britt, help me. I'm like, yeah, sure, I can help you with that. Don't worry, like, I can make you love your body again. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to lose weight. You want to love your body when you look in the mirror. That's like two completely different
You want
things.
the confidence and the feeling. How do I feel? It's always about the feeling, right? Actually, we don't care. We don't care about like the kilograms. We don't care really about the looks.
We
like,
think we care.
What? Yeah, but like, what does it make us feel?
Yeah.
And that
That's
could
the only
be,
thing.
yeah, totally.
And then
if you feel good, like physically and emotionally, I mean, that's amazing.
exactly, because it's not. I'm not saying that we cannot work on your physical goals.
No,
That's not what I'm saying. I also still have physical goals. Like I'm still working hard.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that because I feel empowered and I love working out, but I also do it because I still have goals, like duh.
Yeah.
And that's
so
totally
important.
fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if they come from a place of self-hatred and self-criticism, that should not be the root for your goals.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And that's mainly where my coaching is about. So people come with me like, oh, I want to lose weight because I think I'll be happier in my body.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to teach it, I don't think so. We're going to do this a bit differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
But
that.
that's a difficult standpoint, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard because people still have this mindset of, I need to lose weight to feel happy. That's like most of the girls, right? I need to lose weight to be happy.
Yeah.
And then I have to tell them, which is not the most appealing,
Yeah.
to tell them like, I don't think that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're not gonna lose weight right away.
Yeah.
We're gonna maybe do that later.
Yeah.
But we're first gonna work on something else. And then if they have to invest in a coach that's not giving them what they're basically asking for, that can be tough.
Yeah.
So that's still something I'm struggling with, but I think I find my way. So I try to like kind of make them see already that it's not about the external parts, not about like the weight on the scale or whatever. It's about the feeling, as you said, and I think it starts working more and more.
Yeah, and I feel like you're literally like with the, how can I say this? I mean, I feel like you're setting a really good example for that already, because I feel like whenever girls see you, probably they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be like Britt. And it's never about, but maybe it's about your body as well, but I feel like what it's way more about is like what you radiate. And what you radiate is happiness. What you radiate is being content with yourself. What you radiate is like self-confidence, self-love and stuff. And that is what people actually want. That is what like really connects with their hearts. You never connect over a physique. Like, and that's also something that I'm like, you never fall in love with a physique. Yes, like if someone,
it's a part of it, but
it's a part
you're
of
not
it, right?
falling in love with the body.
Never.
Fall in love with the person.
Yes, and also like I mean, I've been in a relationship for 9 years, right? Me and my ex-partner, we went through all different kind of stages, right? So I was, for example, like I was rather almost a bit chubby when we met, right? And he was like he was skinny, and then like we changed throughout the entire 9 years, right? And it did never change something about emotions, right? No matter, like you literally love the person, and it's the same with yourself. You love the person. You
And
love
to be honest, you want the best for yourself, and you want the best for your partner.
Yeah.
So whatever their stage,
whatever that is.
And if you're not happy in your body as it is,
Yeah.
me as a partner wants you to feel happy in your
Yeah.
body. And we all know that if I'm gonna tell you like 200 times, oh you look so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think you need to lose weight. That's not gonna work.
No.
Like they
No.
mean well, right?
Yeah.
Like kudos
Yeah.
to them. It doesn't matter. They mean well.
Kudos.
But yeah. But it's not gonna work in the end.
No.
So rather have a conversation with each other. Like, okay, I can see you're not happy in your body.
Yeah.
Do you want to change something about it? And how can I like support you in that?
Oh
And
my god, so important.
right. So it's
Yeah.
not only you. You don't have to do it by yourself. But there's a difference in criticizing yourself the whole day long, or like trying to find like, okay, so what do I want?
Yeah.
I'm not happy now. Okay, so what do I want? I want to feel happy in my body. Okay, how can I fix that? You're thinking by losing weight, by building muscle, whatever.
Yeah.
But okay, might there be another way? At least next to it, in parallel.
Yeah.
I can start working on self-accepting how I am, because my body is gonna change over and over and
It
over
will.
again. So if you're only putting your the emphasis on your specific appearance in that day, then I'm already gonna tell you you're never gonna be happy.
No.
It's not possible, because your
Yeah.
appearance is gonna change.
Yeah.
Then what if you have a bad hair day?
Yeah, right? Or like if you, as I said, like if you injure, actually I do have like one of my clients, she's really like, she's so freaking disciplined and everything, and for her, like honestly, it's not easy because her husband, for example, he does not support her fitness journey at all. And that's so freaking hard, and I'm sometimes like, I even get like super mad at him because I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and she's not, I mean, she's a mom, right? I mean, she's slaying like even more than I do, like because I don't have a kid, right? I'm not married, so I always did like whatever I wanted to do, and like my boyfriend just had to accept it, right? So he just had to run with it. But like I feel like, and now she like injured herself, and it was like super hard for her to actually accept that like it's okay to not follow your nutrition. It's okay to listen to your body, and when
and also it's okay to never not return to the body you had before, because you're not the same person. So
you are.
It's not fair
Yeah.
to ask that from yourself and to put that pressure on you and your body to get back to a state where it was before, where your life was completely different.
It was.
Like, how can you? That's not fair.
Yeah, that is. But it's, I mean, I know this part, it's really not easy. I mean, for me, like, accepting that I will probably never be able to compete again, that was freaking hard. And until these days, I'm like, ah, man, like, that would actually have been my dream. But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, so still, like, this is how it is, right? I cannot change these circumstances. What can I change? How I feel towards it, how I behave around it. So I was like, okay, do I want to, because I knew my mindset was so freaking strong, I would totally have gotten myself up there, but for like what price? So I was like, okay, I do have like one body, I cherish my body, and yeah, like maybe sometimes I think like I would have loved to compete, but like I feel like it's more serving for me, and more, that shows more self-love and self-respect if I say like, no, I don't do that, and that's not worth the risk for my body, because I eventually, we do have just one, so love your freaking body,
right?
So yeah, really important.
Preach. Yeah.
Preach for all the people who didn't hear yet. So that's really cool. I love that you like coach in that, because I feel like it's also something that like becomes more and more important, because I feel like there is more awareness in today's world, more than ever, and it will get to that point where people will more and more realize that it is about like, how can I say this? I I mean, you feel just like, I feel like it's more important, like, feel good in your body. Yes, care about, like, I think we'll never stop caring about how we look. Like, it's more about, like, creating all the healthy habits around it so that you can, like, try to maintain your healthy body or whatever it looks like, right? According to the circumstances.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, like your mom, yeah, okay, I still have, I get pregnant, yeah, I have my healthy bad habits because it's they're habits now, right?
Yeah.
And it's more about the lifestyle, and then like your body fluctuates, your body will follow literally what you're doing. Cool, I love this. Like for the end, I want to do a this or that with you.
Bring
so
it on.
I think that was like a very, very spontaneous idea. So I will give you, I think it's like 8 questions or so, and it's like this or that. You have to answer instantly.
Oh my god.
You cannot think about it.
Oh, you're asking me not to think?
Not thinking.
Okay.
It was just like it needs to be an impulse,
Okay.
impulse decision.
You're making me nervous.
That's pretty cool. You'll like it. Okay, so let's go. Designer way or ISO clear?
Designer way.
Leg day or upper body?
Oh.
No.
Leg day. Sorry.
Brunch date or dinner date?
Brunch.
Sushi or burger?
Burger every day.
Awesome. 24 hours without internet or 3 days without gym?
24 hours internet. Bye.
Protein bar or protein shake?
Protein bars.
Thailand or Bali?
Bali.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You did it.
Okay, I'm
Woo.
sweating a bit, but I survived. The other body leg day one was so difficult because I changed. That fluctuates with me. I'm like,
that's
sometimes
interesting.
I'm like, oh, leg days.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, I'm like, no, I want to kill an apple
Like-
pie. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's
So
grow
it's
some
like-
fat nails and stuff.
But currently, I'm in a leg day phase.
Ah.
Love a leg day.
Yeah, seriously, me too. But otherwise, like whenever I tell people that I'm training lower body 4 days a week, they're like, wow.
Wait, you're training 4 days a week?
Are you crazy? Yeah, I do. I have a pretty decent split. Well, I
Oh, but I
actually,
love that.
I still train the way that I did for being a wellness competitor. So
You
because
go, girl.
because it's the shape that I like to create. It's the shape that I like most for myself.
Yeah.
So that was why, like, actually my coach back then, he suggested to me, he was like, yeah, you can still like compete and go back into like the bikini category. And I was like, no, like, you know how freaking hard, like either, like first I like my body in this shape,
Yeah.
right? I think I'm meant for that. And then I was like, no, I worked so freaking hard for the muscles that I gain, like
But that's
especially
it.
as a woman.
I
So
think
no.
so cool that you said I'm meant for this shape, right? I think that's so powerful because that's currently my body.
Yeah.
I'm not tracking calories. I'm just doing it in the gym. Whatever I enjoy. I train hard, but I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
This is the shape that I'm supposed to be at least now, and that's
Yeah.
fine. And maybe in a couple of weeks, like that changes, whatever. But
Yeah.
this is
Who
the
knows?
shape that currently fits us best. And I
Yeah.
think that's so important. We're not excluding like 10,000 types of food or whatever.
Yeah,
we're
no,
enjoying
we're
life.
not.
We're going
Yeah.
out for brunch or dinner.
Yeah.
And we're not saying no, but we're making conscious decisions. And I think that's the most important one.
Yeah.
This is our healthy body. And it might not be the leanest. For me, it's not the one with the most muscle. I had
Yeah.
more muscle than I have now. I've
Yeah.
also been leaner than I am now.
Yeah.
But this is the body that I currently should have because I'm just living life.
Yeah, so nice. And it's really, yeah, I mean, throughout the entire life, you never know what's gonna change or like, you never know, right? And I feel like that's really it. I mean, like don't try to also press yourself into something that you're just not, right? And so I don't want to be skinny. Honestly, like it creeps me out because like there's so many skinny girls here on Bali when you can really see like that's the look, and it's not skinny like they're naturally skinny. It's really unhealthy. Like I feel so sorry for so many of them, and I feel like
I'm sometimes scared for their hormones.
yeah,
Right?
honestly, oh yeah,
Just
totally,
like-
totally. Which love, they're probably
I'm
all
just-
over the place.
Yeah, but it's like that's sad. And if that is something that you enjoy, you think is nice, and that's your lifestyle and whatever, and that's fine. But I think
Yeah.
that most of the times that's not the case.
No, and like
Yeah.
you do have like a responsibility for your body
Yeah.
and for your fertility
Yeah.
and like your future you as well. And so, as I said, like I don't judge anyone. It's like that's what I feel like as well, because like so many people judge me so often for my body in my past, because like I was too muscular very often, like usually, or like I was doing too much gym or too much. Usually it was too much.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just saying like whatever makes you happy, but like does it make you happy?
Yeah, right. But
And I feel that's what you own yourself.
Yeah.
The happiness and that's what I want literally for everyone, for every woman. It's like just feel good and confident in her body, that she can actually walk away from a guy saying you're like, you should look like this, and then be like, fuck you, bro. Who are you to tell me? And like not getting like, I don't know, like hooked up on a thought like, oh maybe he's right or whatever.
No.
Having like the confidence to be like, I am amazing the way that I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm perfect.
If
the
you
way
don't
that I
see
am.
that, bye bye.
Yeah. But if you see it otherwise, like on the other hand, people see it too.
Yeah.
And I mean that was for me was a huge game changer actually. When that changed like how the outside world saw me, and like I'm talking like men, I'm talking like girls, everyone. So yeah. Cool. Hey, thank you so much that I had you on the show. It was a pleasure. I think it was amazing. I think it was also like so valuable to the people listening to the podcast.
I hope so.
And I
really
hope it's
enjoyed
not gonna stay the last one.
I hope so too. Yeah,
Cool.
I really enjoyed being on the podcast today. So
It was amazing.
thank you all for listening.
Cool, awesome. So let's go to the gym, I guess. What are you training today?
Legs.
I'm doing upper body.
Oh.
Why are we always opposite?
I don't
We're
know.
never doing the
But-
same.
yeah, but that
one
makes
day when
sense
we
then,
met.
right?
Yeah, but like, true. Oh yeah, true.
If we're
Of
always
course.
training up,
Like I
so
have like
10%.
one upper body day, and we always. No,
Oh,
it makes no sense.
That's strange.
What the fuck?
We will have to sort that out.
Okay, yeah,
Alright,
yeah,
let's go.
Okay, well we have to go. Bye guys.
Bye.